pum pum pum. A newborn king to see, parum pum pum pum. Our finest gifts we bring, parum pum pum pum. To lay before the king, parum pum pum pum, rum pum pum pum, rum pum pum pum. Little baby, parum pum pum pum.
Can it be?
I am a poor boy too, parum pum pum pum. I have no gift to bring, parum pum pum pum. That's fit to give our king, parum pum pum pum, rum pum pum pum, rum pum pum pum. Shall I play for you, parum pum pum pum, on my drum? Mary nodded, parum pum pum pum. The ox and lamb kept time, parum pum pum pum. I played my drum for him, parum pum pum pum. I played my best for him, parum pum pum pum, rum pum pum pum, rum pum pum pum. Then he smiled at me, parum pum pum pum. Me and my drum. Me and my drum. Me and my drum.
Hey guys, Lynn Katoa here with Everyday People, the Utah Pacifika Chapter. I am here with the Crystal that plans for 2023. You've already probably saw all of her posts that she's been posting online, which is totally amazing. And we also have the beautiful Lulu, Moala, Wolfgramm, as you know her on social media. She is the executive director with PacifikaChptr, and we are going to touch base into that. But first, we want to welcome everybody that we are here at the One Love Kava Lounge here inside One Love Coffee in West Jordan. We're the $20 all-you-can-drink Wednesday, Friday, Saturday from 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. And you probably already saw Big Buddha here with Cindy getting their jam on the Kava nights, which normally looks like a gentleman's club, but it's not from what we heard. I'm like, because that's my kind of club. Just kidding, ladies. But it's the jam, and it looks amazing. So everybody needs to get down here to West Jordan on 7136 South Redwood Road.
That was a lot.
Take a breath. One breath.
I know, I was like,
But like I said, we are here with Crystal. Crystal, how are you? And we're so excited to have you here with us.
I am good. Nervous.
Don't be nervous, girl. We got you. Me and Lulu
Yes,
got
be
here.
you.
Lulu's a professional. Right, Lulu?
She is. She
Yes.
is.
I mean, it's just part of the work. Talking and engaging with people, and I know you are all about that. So
I am.
Yeah, she is, especially through her social media. I mean, you kind of have it down. You know what I mean? So I've been kind of following you to kind of get like your details since you are that business boss lady, businesswoman. I mean, tell us a little bit about the business.
Well, selling plants in the wintertime is slow.
I mean, hello winter.
take a look outside.
Hello winter out there.
But not slow enough that I don't have a market. Like I have a market tonight and tomorrow
Awesome.
in
Yes.
Sandy at Union Middle School. But no, my social media is really what's helping me get out there because I've been away from social media for like 10 years now.
Oh, wow.
So I just stepped back into it only because of the business.
Wow.
Because how else would anybody know anything about
Well, especially
anyone
these
not?
days, it's all
Yeah,
on-
exactly.
all on
social
social
media.
media.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So I've just been adapting to that and really just camping on social media. So I know how to social media.
And you have
But
kids?
yeah, no, I don't have any kids. My kids are dogs, 2 of my own and
Those
2
are your
that
babies.
just live at my house for free, which are my sister and my mom's dog. Because I have a big yard,
yeah.
so now we have a dog gang at my house. But yeah,
And
no
it's crazy
kids.
what
just
like dog or pet owners do for their animals. I
yeah.
swear, like you like live your life around them, like
Yes.
your home. For, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's basically my house too. But yeah, I don't know.
No, you're fine. So like the Planter 2023, so is that the name of the business or is that
The
your
name
online
of the business is The Planter, but my online name is The Planter 2023. I wasn't creative, and I literally set up the page really quick before my first sale. So 2023 is because I did start selling plants in 2023. But yeah, I am called The Planter. And hopefully one day my sister-in-law, who actually gave me the idea for doing a plant shop, will join me, and we were going to be Thrifty and The Planter.
Oh my
So
gosh.
she was going to flip thrifted things, and I was going to sell plants around her thrifted things.
Oh,
I think that's a
awesome.
great idea.
Yeah.
I mean, anything to do to make
really
that
creative.
coin, right?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
entrepreneur style. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, and so she has 6 kids, and she's really busy, and I have 4 dogs, and I was like, well, I'm just going to do it now then.
Oh my God.
And yeah, bought and built out a mobile horse trailer that we pull out, and then we
And
just
it's
go
pink.
around. And it's pink. We had to make it stand out, but also be really cute and complementary to our greens.
Right,
So.
and it just does pop out. So as you all know, Crystal is not new to Everyday People, the Utah Pacifika Chapter. She is now a resident, one of our hosts, and we are so excited to have her with us.
Yes.
So she's a little nervous, so you have to bear with her. I
Super
told her that
nervous.
she does not need to be nervous. I'll pet her anytime she is, you know? No, but I love plants. I have about 20 plants inside my house, so it's really, really exciting that you're here today. But we're going to touch base on that as we get through the show today. But we're going to kind of just go through events. I know that PacifikaChptr has a few. Crystal says she has an event tonight, and like I said, One Love Coffee Kava plays every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday from 9 to midnight. So make sure that you guys are getting out here. But let's get into the first event that's coming up. I think there is a mammogram clinic that's coming up that Lulu can talk to us about.
Yeah, I'm actually hosting one today. So I'm
Okay.
actually leaving here to go and prepare for that. It's going on this afternoon from 2 to 8 p.m. We're going to be out in West Valley at the Prague Development Center. They're one of our great partners. And so today we've got a couple slots that are still open. So if there's women out there that are interested, age 40 or above, please reach out to me. I will make sure to share my information. But we also have one next Thursday. So we're doing a mammogram bus over at Hikuhikule'o's
nice.
location.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, so that one still has a ton of openings because we just work on it as we're preparing for the actual event. But it's something our community needs to do.
I agree.
We've got to get these preventative opportunities of health resources to really help us because it's a free event. I mean, these mammograms, they're not going to cost you anything.
Right.
We're funded through the state to make sure that you get covered, and it's a free service. So yeah.
Have you
And-
gone to this service at all?
I haven't. I do need to. If it wasn't today at that time, I would
is
so
there- is
take
there
that
like
slot.
Girl, next Thursday. Next
Yeah.
Thursday, I
Thursday.
got you. Yeah.
So for these mammogram clinics and stuff, I know it's important for women to go get tested.
Yes.
I'm not even sure that's the right word because obviously I've never had to
Get
that
felt
done.
up.
But is there a certain age in a woman's life where they need to start thinking about getting?
Yeah, well, I mean, at any age. So I'm also conducting these workshops called Know Your Lemons. And Know Your Lemons is really about breast health. And most women do not know this, but there are 12 risk factors that actually can tell you that whether or not you may or may not have breast cancer.
12?
12. Yeah.
I mean, that's a low number, but that's a scary number because
Right.
it seems so high when it comes to something that's life.
Yeah,
that
and
can
usually
change your
people
life.
just think about the one. The
Yeah, I
lump.
was gonna say,
If
that's
you find a
11
lump,
more than
then you have to worry.
than
But
I
there's
was
other
aware of.
things that you have to look for in breast health, and so you have to come to my workshop so you can talk about it and learn about it because I really want people to understand. You should be knowing about it all your life, but the age to get a mammogram is 40. And the reason why is because when you turn 40, your body is changing, right? And the density of your breasts becomes different. And that's when they can see things. And it's more likely that you would get breast cancer after the age of 40. More
Wow.
women are diagnosed after the age of 40. Like myself, I'm a survivor. I was diagnosed at the age of 43.
Wow.
So, but
You
I was
found
just
it.
like everybody else. I was like, oh, mammogram, wait until I'm ready, you know. And it was the fear.
Right.
A lot of women have that fear, but I found the lump. And, you know, luckily I found it early enough. It was stage 2, went through the whole process. And, you know, I'm able to relate to other women and just share my journey. So yeah.
So when you
That's
found
great.
that lump right away, did you go get tested right away?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I know when I get hurt, like I'm like, oh no, I'm fine. It'll be fine. And then you
Well,
kind of
I'm gonna walk it off.
I'll walk it off.
Yeah. Well, when I found the lump, I was honestly scared. I was like, what do I do? What should I do? And I just kept thinking about it. It took me a couple weeks to really process it, but I was like, okay, I've got to go see the doctor. Went to my doctor, and as soon as she was doing her exam on me, she was like, yeah, you need to get a mammogram. And I was like, so is it cancer? Just tell me now. The look on your face says it's cancer.
Right,
Yeah.
we go from
Let's
zero
not beat
to
around the
100.
bush.
Right, like I was like, I don't want the mammogram to tell me. I want you to tell me right now. She's like, we can't just tell you.
You're like,
we
put the
need to go
mammogram to
through
the
the
side,
process.
please, and just
Right.
tell me. Right.
Yeah. So then I finally got my mammogram. And then because they knew the lump was there, they had to have me do an ultrasound, an MRI, and then eventually I had to have a biopsy done because they actually have to see if it's cancer cells. And so went through that whole process, and then June of 2022, they gave me the news. They said it is breast cancer.
Wow.
But you are lucky because it looks like it's still in early stages. They didn't know what stage quite yet until they could get more tests done. Found out it was stage 2 in July. I started chemo. And
So it was like, bam, out the gates,
Right.
running.
Yep. And I'm grateful for that because even though now I have all these side effects from the chemo, but I can still live and be out there and do the things that I want to do because I'm telling you, community work does not feel like work, and it's my life. Like
Exactly. And
I
just-
live out there.
Exactly. And you do such a great job, and your presence online is just so amazing, like in all the work that you do.
Oh, thank you.
You know, and I made a comment earlier, and I kind of like was thinking about it more. I said, hey, well, about mammograms, like, well, I've never needed to get one, which brings me to a point. Do men need to get mammograms, and is it a thing that like men kind of get like
So
breast cancer?
that's a
or-
great question. Men
Yeah.
do not need to get mammograms, but they do need to understand the risk factors because those risk factors, there is a 1% count of men in the world that do get breast cancer. And interesting enough, I've already done about 4 workshops, and out of the 4 workshops, I had one lady who said her uncle actually had breast cancer.
Wow.
So that 1% is real.
It is real, and
Yeah,
it's,
so-
I just got the chills.
Yeah.
So it's important that maybe men go to these classes too.
Yeah.
Just to get.
I
the
would recommend it.
information.
I would recommend it. I mean, we had one man, it's actually Simi, who's one of the founders of PacifikaChptr. He came to the event and he said, so I can get breast cancer too? And I said, yes, you can. That's why you're here, to learn about the factors, right? And so he said, okay, I'm going to look for it. And so I said, yeah, that's exactly what you need to do. And so, yes, I would recommend for men to come out. And just so you guys know, so part of the funding that I have, I get to provide a meal. So when I do these workshops, I get to provide a meal. And like today with the mammogram bus being out, I'm going to provide a meal for the ladies that are coming out. So just some minor ways to overcome barriers, right?
Right.
But yeah, men can definitely learn some things too.
Okay, so this is amazing. So we're gonna like just move on real quick because we kind of want to touch base more like throughout the entire show. But let's just like get to a couple other events. There's not too many that we need to discuss, but another event from PacifikaChptr, one of my favorites. I need to make it to the next one coming up this Friday. December 20th is PacifikaChptr's Breaking Bread.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's going to be 2 p.m. when all the volunteers need to show up, and then we start serving the unsheltered at 4 p.m.
Correct.
Right, and that's going to take place downtown?
Yeah, so it's going to be at the Salt Lake Library downtown. We always are on the corner of 4th South and 3rd East. So we don't actually call it that we're serving them. We're breaking bread with them.
Okay.
So we do it in a barbecue style of like, yes, we are sharing food with them, but we're sitting down and having conversations with them. We're having a
I
meal
love
with them.
that.
Where, you know, whatever items that are donated to hand out, we sit and look through it with them and say, hey, what are you looking for? Or if it's hygiene kits, hey, you know, I've got this, I've got that. So it's really getting to know our unsheltered community, because a lot of them, they know us by name now because we do it once a month.
Well, I went to one when it was still out in Rose Park.
Yeah.
And it totally, like, I feel like China shifted something in me a little bit because it was so amazing because they did know everybody by name.
Yeah.
You know, so it was just kind of like, oh, we're meeting every Saturday, once a month, just our family meal. And like you said, breaking bread. And I love how that sounds.
I love
Yes.
that
Serving
too.
kind of sounds like, oh, it's just, that's the order, apply
Yeah.
how it
Yeah.
needs to go. But breaking bread with them is pretty amazing.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
is.
it's a way to share space with them, right?
Right.
Because they need as much normal in their life as well. They're
Right.
already going through a lot. And we don't judge, because some of these people are on the streets for different reasons.
Exactly.
And so why not share a meal with them and get to know them? So Simi, who actually came up with the idea because of another event that he went to, he started it up in Sugar House at Fairmount Park.
Okay.
Because there was actually a lot of youth in Sugar House that were on the road, on the streets. And so he started it there, and we were just doing it through the summer because it was a barbecue, right? And then we had a conversation as a team and said, hey, we need to do this all year round. They're out there all year round, so why not? So we started doing it every month, and we've just kind of rotated locations because as we're talking to the unsheltered communities, they're telling us where there is people that aren't getting meals, right? So we've decided, okay, well, let's try some different locations, and it's really been great. I mean, it's funny, we'll see some of them at all of the different locations because they're like, oh yeah, we see you guys, we know we're gonna get a good meal because you guys bring barbecue pork, you guys bring teriyaki chicken, like all the things that, you know, everybody wants to eat. Yes, exactly. Yeah, we don't bring the little sandwich bags, you know, no offense to anybody that does, but they really want that hot meal. There was one time we were actually at Pioneer Park. There was actually a couple different organizations that were handing out food, and everybody was at our station, right? And they said, you know, no offense to anybody else, but you guys have the best food. When we see you guys, we know we're going to eat
You're
good.
like, I mean.
Thank you.
All right, so let's just get into the next couple events real quick, and then we're going to take a quick break, and then we kind of want to dive deep into PacifikaChptr and your role there, and let's talk about life. But again, we're going to have Crystal kind of explain her event that's going to take place tonight.
Oh yeah, well, it's a little holiday market. The Sandy City Farmers Market is throwing at Union Middle School. From 4 to 8 p.m. tonight, and then tomorrow from 10 to 6. So if you're looking for unique little gifts and you want to shop small businesses, please stop by. I know the snow sucks, but it's okay.
Let it melt.
Come in. Yeah, there's going to be some food trucks.
Shovel.
You can take pictures with Santa. It's all free to come in. But yeah, that's where we'll be. That's where I'll be. The planter will be.
And that's going to be exciting. And then we also have our Manny's and Everyday People coat drive at Manny's Neighborhood Bar on 1704 South Main Street. We've had a huge turnout so far, and we were able to give 5 huge bags to Coconut Hut, Salt Lake City. So amazing.
Awesome.
So Courtney came through yesterday. It's very exciting. I'm so excited that the community is coming through for the unsheltered community because right now is the time and they need it.
Yeah.
I was talking to Coco over at Coconut Hut, Salt Lake City, and she says that they partner with Patagonia, which is amazing. But this season, they do not have that many coats to hand out. So they are counting on the community to come through and to pull through for the
Bring out your old
community.
coats,
Yes.
things you guys
I know
are not
y'all have
using.
lots of long sleeves in your car, in your cars,
exactly.
in your closet.
Warm clothes that you aren't wearing
Right.
Yes.
and haven't worn for a while.
So big shout out to Manny's, Valerie, and JD for sponsoring this with us here at Everyday People. Day One Utah, Solo, and your crew out there. Day One Washington, y'all doing amazing things. Coconut Salt Lake City. PacifikaChptr, The Planter, Everyday People, One Love Coffee. But we're going to take a quick break so we can dive deep into it. Again, we're coming to you live from One Love Kava here at One Love Coffee in West Jordan on 7136 South Redwood. Be here every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday for $20 all you can drink. And we will be right back.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh, and every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. So I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas.
They're putting on a show.
Okay, girl.
Ron? Welcome back. We are live. Sorry, this is Everyday People Pacifika Chapter, and we are here at One Love Coffee Lounge in West Jordan.
West to the Jordan, yes, on Redwood. So y'all need to come check us out, 7136 South.
Yes.
But we are here with Lulu.
Redwood.
How are you doing, Lulu?
I am great, and I'm so happy to be here. Thank you guys for having me.
Yes, so if you're just joining us again, we are, like Crystal said, at One Love Coffee, but we are here with Lulu, Wolfgramm with the Executive Director with PacifikaChptr. So kind of like just get into PacifikaChptr, let everybody know what that means and what you do for them and what you guys do for the community, because there's a ton.
Yeah, for sure. So PacifikaChptr, the acronym is PIK, the number 2 AR, and that stands for Pacific Island Knowledge to Action Resources, which is actually what we're all about. We're all about providing knowledge to community members so that they can find ways to take action to get those resources, right? Interesting fact, though, I do want to share. So in the past years, we've been about heavy on Pacific Islander side of helping community members, 85% and 15% of other community members. This year we had a shift of 57% Pacific Islander, 43% of other.
Really?
Wow.
Right. And so it's the fact that we don't turn anybody away. And I think people are realizing that we have a lot of resources, and it's not necessarily direct resources that we have, but we make it our job to know who has the resources. We actually work nationwide. We have people from other states that reach out to us.
I did not even know that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So we have 3 main programs. Total, we actually have about 8 programs, but 3 main programs that really are how we function, because we're an actual ecosystem. So the program that I am over, which is called the Empower Living Services, we provide the direct support to community members in resources that are related to social determinants of health. So it could be anything health related. We even go to court with people. We help people to find housing assistance. We've helped people with food resources, even simple things like someone just needs to talk. So that's the hub that I'm over. And then, of course, we have our chamber.
So you're a nonprofit government.
No. No, we're not.
Oh, God, you guys do everything. I didn't know half of what you guys are doing.
Right.
Well, and we do a lot of work with domestic violence survivors, sexual assault survivors, trafficking survivors. And I will tell you, there are Pacific Islanders out there that are going through trafficking.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, people don't realize that our community is going through all these things just like everybody else.
Right.
Then we've also got our other program. We've got the Chamber, our Pacific Island Chamber of Commerce, right? And that's actually where I met Crystal, and we actually connected because we were able to talk a little bit about business and how to really be a business owner. Our chamber is very different from others because we're looking at the startups, right? We're looking for the community members who need to understand how to really start a business. What do they need to go? Where do they need to go? What do they need to do? So that's our chamber. And then the
which
third...
has been, let me just cut you off on that one real quick. Not cut you off, but interrupt.
Yeah.
So I just can touch base on the whole startup businesses that PacifikaChptr does,
Yes.
because I actually used PacifikaChptr and Susie and these guys for a resource for my startup business. And you guys were so kind, understanding, very patient. You guys had all the resources needed for a business owner or former business owner like me to take those proper steps and not be scared, to kind of walk you through the process and try to find the funding, and just the comfort and the mentorship, because
Right.
you guys deal with so many different lives and different people and different businesses.
Yeah, and I think
So
the
thank you
reality.
is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
you're welcome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you, guys.
I mean, the reality is everybody's in a different stage, right?
Right.
And so we need to meet people where they are. That's our biggest goal. Is we meet people where they are, no matter what area of life it is, right? And so for the business owners, it's really providing a space they can come and say, "I have no idea what I'm doing," and we say, "Okay, well, let's create a list. Let's put together a business plan and figure out what we need to do. Let's see what resources we can connect you with," because it's not only funding, but it's also
Right.
coaching opportunities, right? So yeah, we're very blessed that we have great partners in the community to really help us with the success of these programs. And then the third program is our Be'al program. And that's our arts and culture. And so Kalani Tonga, she's actually the director
Love her.
for... Yes, she is a great artist. She has her own business as well. So the goal there is really to help our community understand our cultural arts and how it connects to our lives, and really promoting more understanding of our culture and our arts, right? Because we don't want to be seen as the entertainers. We want to be known for everything else that we are, right? And
Amen to that.
so the ecosystem, the way we work is we as a team work to understand each other's programs. And when we are out there in the community, so if I come out to an event and I'm talking about social determinants of health, and somebody says to me, "Yeah, I just really want to figure out my health because of my business." Well, I'm going to say to them, "Hey, do you need help with your business? We've got a chamber. They've got resources. Let's get you connected." And then they go into the chamber and start learning about that. Then maybe they're like, I'd really like to add some cultural implementation to my business. So then we say, okay, let's get you connected with Kalani. So it's an ecosystem in the mindset of we work together, because as being human beings, we don't just need one area of assistance, right?
And then it's
We
a
need help in
designated
everything.
safe space is what you
Right.
guys provide. It's not as because you kind of it's a safe space. Well,
Yeah.
you to say that your place is safe. It's designated.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I think that's one thing that you guys pull through for the community. And one thing that I always notice, it's all women
Yeah.
who are doing it. You know what I mean? Which is so amazing to be such boss women to be able to do that for our community. But I know that there's men out there doing it too.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's just keep that momentum going. But just to follow what the Pacific women are doing is just so inspiring.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I am so grateful to have the team that I work with. I mean, Susie is a powerhouse. Everybody knows that. Sincera, Oretta, Kalani. I mean, my team, I can name everybody on my team and just say how much of a powerhouse everybody is. And everybody does it for the love of community. We go through our struggles just like everyone else, but we understand that there needs to be no judgment. And with that being said, that really goes back to also people's mental health and how they look at things, right? That perspective. I think that we as Pacific Islanders, we struggle with it because it's not something we do.
No.
In our homes, we do not sit around talking about our feelings.
Something that we just want to just brush under the rug.
Right.
But
Well,
I want to kind of pause on that one,
Okay.
because I know because we have a lot to discuss about that. So we'll get into that on the second segment.
Yeah.
But let's just get back to to the business stuff with PacifikaChptr.
Yeah.
And the amazing resources that you guys provide for everybody. And I want to ask Crystal, I used you guys, and you guys provided all the information that I needed. Did you use PacifikaChptr or a resource center of some sort?
I used the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
And that's when I met Sincera, and I met Lulu as well. And I've gone to a couple of their different meetings because, again, once I saw...
the Pacific Islander Chamber of Commerce.
Pacific Islander Chamber of Commerce, yes. But once I saw an advertisement about it, again, I started my business not knowing anything.
And
So
what year did you actually get your LLC
2023.
or whatever? So 2023.
Awesome.
yeah, a sole proprietorship. Last year, I did all of that, but I literally had I just kind of jumped into it. I jumped into it and just went. I just figured if I was waiting till I'm ready, I'm never going to be ready. And then going there was so many resources given. And then I went to another meeting, and it was, again, just collecting more resources, you know, and it just made me feel so good to know there's somewhere I can go where I don't feel like I need to find someone that can tell me how, you know, how they can help me, but like literally just going to their classes, going to their workshops that they set up, and they're free, and they just give you so much information and let you go, and then, you know.
Well, it's just kind of like you guys allow someone like a new business owner to walk into the room, and you guys are there to provide the resource, but they're just to listen.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, again, there's different stages, right? Everybody comes to us with different needs, different stages. And so we really want to make sure that we create a relationship so we can understand you and understand what needs you have. So yeah, with the business world, I mean, we're grateful that we have the connections we do through the state and through the funding opportunities, and
How long
then
have you guys
coaching
been
programs.
been around? How long has PacifikaChptr been around?
So we are going on our 10-year anniversary next
Yes, I
year.
saw that.
Yes,
Congratulations.
2025
that's
is 10 years for
huge.
us.
Congrats.
The founders, so Susie Felch Malohifo'o, her husband Simi Poteki, and then Sincera Teo, they started this back in technically 2014 when they were just doing the work, volunteering in the community, and realized that it was really a need that they needed to put out there. So they filed for their nonprofit status in 2015, became official, and next year, 2025, 10 years. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Amazing.
Well, congratulations to you and to PacifikaChptr and to Susie and
Thank
Simi
you.
for all the
Yes.
hard work that you guys have done for the community. We are so grateful, thankful, love you. But what you guys do for the community is very, very important. But we're going to go ahead and take a quick break because like we were discussing mental health earlier, and I know last night with me, you and Cindy, we had a lot to say, and I know having Lulu here is the perfect time to discuss it.
Awesome. Yeah.
So we will be right back. Again, we're coming to you guys live from One Love Kava here in West Jordan on 7136 South Redwood, where you can get your coffee or kava, $20, or you can drink Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So we'll be right back, and we'll dig deep within mental health here in the holiday season with Lulu and Crystal. All right, guys.
Guiding angels shine on us, and love surround us tonight. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright around young virgin mother and child. Holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace.
Hey. We are back here with Lulu, Wolfgramm, and Crystal, the planter. We are coming to you guys live here from the One Love Cafe here in West Jordan. We were just discussing earlier about PacifikaChptr and what Lulu does for them. She's the executive director with PacifikaChptr. And we are here with Crystal, the planter, who is our new family member of Everyday People, the Utah Pacifika Chapter. So we were discussing a little bit earlier about the mammogram. So we just kind of, I was asking Lulu just a couple more questions about that. So you do need to register for that. So
Yes.
kind of give them the little details on how to register and what they need to do.
Yeah, so the goal is to reach out to me. That way I can go through just kind of the conversation that you would have with the mammogram bus. We have a partnership with Huntsman Cancer Institute, and so they're the ones that provide the bus. And so you'll contact me, and my email is Lulu, Lulu, at PacifikaChptr, PIK2AR.org. And you can either email me or you can contact me through my cell phone. And I'm putting this out there just so everyone knows. I'm okay with the calls because I get them literally 24/7. 801-633-6299. Reach out to me. Let's connect. Let's talk about what you need to know so that we can get your mammogram scheduled. And like I said, I have 3 spots open today out here in West Valley City at the Prague Development Center. But then I also have openings next week, Thursday, and that'll be from 3 to 8 p.m. And we're going to be over there at Hikuleo's location. So.
And we all know that you know where that location is, so let's make sure that we get there. Register, sign up. It's very important, and it could actually possibly save somebody's life.
Yes, it
Right.
saved mine. I mean, I'm a survivor.
And we are so grateful you're here. And we were discussing earlier, all 3 of us, how, like, you know, we believe that things happen for a reason. And, you know, like in our Pacific Islander community, like we are all just, we grow up to know that we're going to take care of our parents.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so then, like, now that we're kind of talking about that a little bit, we kind of want to talk like the mental health.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And kind of, well, let's kind of just already start about it. So mental health through the seasonal, the holidays, and what were we called? Seasonal depression?
Seasonal depression or seasonal affective disorder.
Yes.
SAD. So when you're sad in the wintertime, the lack of sun, a lot of people seem to go through depression. The days are shorter, that kind of thing.
Right. And that the gloomy, you know,
Yes.
the weather. I used to live in Seattle, you know,
Oh,
like
yeah.
high capital rate of suicide because of the weather. I mean, you can
Right.
go to the stores and they sell like pills and lights for that vitamin D.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like to like,
And that tells you how
To
important
survive,
that
right.
is.
Yeah.
but now that we're on that, like, let's talk about how plants can help us with that.
Yeah.
Yes, let's talk about plants and how they can help you.
Well, now that I know that she just pointed at that plant, I have a few of those at home that I'm killing it.
This is a snake plant, or a mother-in-law's tongue is what they call it. But 10 best reasons why houseplants can help with that sadness during the winter or your seasonal depression. It boosts your mood. Plants provide a natural connection to greenery, reducing stress and improving emotional well-being. Improve your air quality. A lot of our windows and doors are all closed through the winter. Your heater's running. You got dogs, fur flying.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely my house. Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
and so, I mean, people with plants, that plant can help purify the air. It's not going to do all the things it needs to do, but also you can keep a window open, help that airflow go through there. Increases humidity in your home. Adding plants helps add moisture to your air, which can be a lot drier during the winter time. It also encourages your natural light exposure. So again, the reason why they're selling these lights for plants is because we need sun. Plants also go through SAD. They need sun. So no matter what plant you have, even a plant that can go in the most low light, it will also be sad. So
my
give
gosh.
it sun. We all need it. The plants, us.
Well, good to know, because this is what I have in my house, a few of them, and apparently mine's sad because mine be voguing like this. Mine like this. It's like,
Yours is
stop
putting on a
feeding
show.
me, stop feeding me.
It's true.
So, but you were just real quick. So you were saying those plants need to dry, and these are one of them that have to
Yes.
dry up, and you only water them like once a month.
Yeah, so
Right.
big tip is when your plant is in the house, your dirt shouldn't be soaking wet all the time. And if you get, flying gnats or anything around there, it's probably because your soil stays wet quite a long time.
I feel like she's attacking me right now. It's okay, good to
No,
know.
and I'm trying not to attack anyone. I want everyone to feel like you're not a terrible plant parent. You just don't know. Like, these are the things that we
I'm
need.
right here.
But like even aerating the soil of your plants. If your plant stays wet too long, you can aerate the soil. You can poke holes in it and it'll help the air dry that out. But you want to keep your plants, when you're caring for your plants, that also helps your self, like, It helps you feel good. It's kind of meditative.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that is, anytime I'm repotting a plant, anything I'm doing like that, it's really meditative to just be concentrated on this living thing that you're, making beautiful and putting out in your house. Back to my list, sorry. It helps you stay connected to nature. Nature is going to be all white. We don't have any leaves on everything, so you kind of also feel that same depression that we're feeling without the sun. But having something living and thriving in your home also helps you feel better seeing that living thing. And then easy plants for beginners, such as this, or snake plants or pothos, are super easy for you to be able to take care of and just kind of leave alone. Those are plants that also you could forget, and it won't immediately die on you.
Yeah.
And that's what I need. So I know now to get one of these because,
Right,
no green thumb here.
And that's usually the problem is people will probably get a plant that was too hard for them or had, too many things and it died easily. And then people are discouraged and just think they're going to kill every plant. But, it's not super hard because they just want to dry out and have sun. They don't want to be sad. So let's help them be happy, and then they can help us be happy.
I agree.
Love that,
But
yeah.
also it provides oxygen.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Right.
cleaning
Yeah.
the air in your home. And NASA's always pushing snake plants, spider plants, and I think there's another one that they push a lot. I know peace lilies are really good for helping clean the air. And again, I've said this before, but I think any leafy green in your house will not only boost your mood, but also help clean your air.
So I have a mother at home who I care for, you know what I mean? So would having plants in the room help her mood, her energy?
Yes, I absolutely believe that. And most of our parents, especially Islanders, they were farmers.
Because my mom loves plants.
Garden.
Yeah.
They do all those things, and I think that brings that connection back, which is great for seniors and anything like that, is just getting back into the dirt, getting back to the soil. If you've ever heard of what grounding is, putting your feet back into the soil, into the ground. Same thing with your hands being in dirt. It has that same effect.
So what you're saying is go home and throw some dirt on my mom? I'm
Stick
Mom,
your-
let's
I
take
don't
you
know
back.
if that's necessarily.
Take you back. Get back into the roots to feel the rhythm, feel the oxygen.
Hey, Lynn, I'm just warning you. Be ready with what she's gonna throw back.
Okay, awesome. Surprise. She can get up.
She's going to remember she can
Boom,
walk.
plants
Yeah.
work.
Exactly.
No, I'm just kidding. But we should probably, because my mom is a huge plant lover, but I just barely realized as you were talking about how the energy that boosts people's energy, that I don't have any in my room.
And it's beautiful.
And it's
It's
beautiful.
something they can look at. And then, our especially our old Polynesian women, they love flowers. They love
Right.
floral things because we grew up with that. We have leis, we have hakus that we make. Why are we flower people, but we can't grow plants? The
Yes.
flower comes from the plant.
It's a
If we
thing.
could bring ourselves back to knowing how to take care of the plant, we will always have the flower.
So what she's trying to say is get out there, get a plant
Buy
for
a plant.
beginners, and learn about it. It can save your life.
Make sure you hit her up. Yes.
Yes. But we only have a few minutes left on the show, so we're not going to take a quick break here because we kind of want to dive deep into it before we end the show. But let's kind of talk about the seasonal depression, because maybe this can kind of motivate, help people who are kind of going through the struggle, especially on our first day of real snow.
Yes.
You know, so and I think that we all kind of go through it. I know I go through it because I'm not really a holiday person. Ever since my dad died in 2001, I kind of just shut it off. You know, then I moved away for 15 years. I spent the holidays alone with my dog, but that's just what I wanted. So I'm home now finally, and I'm married. My husband is a huge holiday person, so now I'm kind of having to shift it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I
Adapt.
still struggle with it. You know, so what are things that you guys struggle with, and what are ways that you deal with it? You know, so we'll kind of just start with you, Lulu, kind of since you're the expert here on ways. we
Not
can-
an expert, just experienced. I mean,
Right.
one of the things that I went through, being a cancer survivor, right? Breast cancer survivor, a year and about 8 months now. But I went through a stage where I just mentally, I didn't feel like I was adequate. And the surroundings around me, it was just everybody was going through their own stress, and it just made me feel like, ugh. But it was talking to people that brought me out of that. And then I actually went and got therapy. And I will tell you, it took me 3 therapists to find the one that was a good fit. So just for those of you that are questioning therapy, when you go into therapy, you don't have to stay with the first person you meet, right? Find the one that fits you, because they're all different, just like us.
And you're paying for the service.
Right. And I mean, the first one I met, I was like, okay, I feel judged. I am not, nope. walking out.
Because I feel like if you're going for your very first time, you probably walk in with the guard up.
Right, of course. But as trained
With the guard up
professionals,
like that. With this guard.
Hold on, let
you
me
know,
in.
like,
but yeah, and then the second one, she didn't understand me culturally, and so we couldn't connect. But the third one, like right off the bat, like me and her were just connected, and I could literally call her at any time, and that's what was great about it. And I think that's what we as Pacific Islanders forget, is that we need to talk to somebody. We need to let out those emotions and those feelings. And
why do you feel like it's hard for Polynesian people?
oh,
to
it's
go
part
get
of our
therapy?
culture. I mean, we live in a culture of hierarchy, right? So we don't say anything that's disrespectful to anybody that's above us in
Amen
the
to
way that we
that.
see things, right? But the reality is it's not being disrespectful if we're sharing our emotions. I mean, like, I should be able to go to my mom and say, Mom, I don't like this. But in our culture, it's, no, you don't say that. You whatever mom says, that's what you do.
Final
Doesn't matter
word.
how old you are, right? And I think we just have to understand that we can still keep that hierarchy, that balance, but we need to be able to talk. We need to be
Right.
able to express ourselves, and in a respectful manner,
Right.
right? I would never go to my mom and be like, look here. Because I would
I
get
don't like that.
right.
I love it.
Exactly.
Let me see
Exactly.
actions I love.
Oh no, the shoe could be flying. The shoe would be flying. But it's a matter of understanding each other as well. Like my mom, she's a very like, she's out there. When she comes at you, she comes at you. So when I approach her, I have to go to her in a certain way and say, Mom, can we please sit down? I just want to have a conversation. I'm not attacking you, okay? Let's just put that out there. And my mom, at first, she's like, Koya, what are you going to tell me? And I'm like, okay, relax. Let's have a conversation. And then I have to just tell her, like, you know, Mom, there's some things that you do that doesn't sit well with me. I want you to realize that I'm an adult now. Yes, I'm still your daughter, and I love you and I respect you. But let's come together, right? And that's one thing that in our community we still haven't really learned and understood, is how to communicate without being aggressive in a way. And I don't think it's aggression. I think that's the wrong word. I think it's just, we're very emotional people, right?
Very.
We're very passionate. So when we share something, we share it full passion, right? Full emotion.
Yes.
And I think sometimes we need to take a breath, take a step back, and just think about what it is you want to be heard, right?
So I was trying to find that balance, because I feel like anytime I go into a conversation with somebody I don't know,
Right.
I'm automatically going and thinking I'm going to be judged. How am I
Yes.
going to handle that? How am I going to shift the conversation? Which is horrible to think that way, but it's a reality that we live in that no one else can understand.
Yes.
You know, but as long as you know your truth and you're able to go and start that hard conversation, is just half the battle.
Yeah. Well, and I think that you bring up a great point. Our community members are very judgmental. And it's not because they want to be judgmental. It's just the way we're raised.
Right.
You know, it's part of our culture of
It's a
like,
learned
you know,
behavior.
I mean, in the islands, I remember back when I was younger, we would always watch the PCC video of when they say, if I have no tapa cloth, I have nothing. I don't know what to do, you know? But the tapa for us is like money, right? And so that being part of our ancestry, we need to understand that when we go into a space, yes, we are going to feel that way. We're going to feel like, hey, are we going to be judged? But we need to go in there with an open heart. Be yourself, be who you are. And the thing is,
Knowing
you'll connect.
that we're enough.
Right. You'll connect with the right people, right? And I have so many clients that they literally reach out to me maybe a couple times a week just to say, hey, I just wanted to say hi. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? How are you doing? And if you can find that one person that you can connect with that's outside of your home, because I think that's also important, is sometimes you don't want to be connected to the people you live with, because they know everything that's going on in your life. They know all your chaos, right?
Right.
But it's finding somebody that you can connect with. So within PacifikaChptr, like we have our women's empowerment group. We meet every Wednesday. And we meet in person at our office, which is located downtown on about 8 South and 400 West. And every week it's a different discussion, different activity, just an opportunity for the ladies to come out and just talk, right? And sometimes we'll go off subject because somebody has something that's going on in their life, and then we all just add on to it, right?
Right.
Let's
and I
help
feel like
each
this
other.
piles on, piles on, piles
Right.
on. So it's like very important, like you guys were saying, that we need to talk to somebody. And
Yes.
you know, if you can talk to 5 different therapists until you find the right one, because we
Mm-hmm.
are paying for it. But I also feel like you're saying it's important that you need to reach out and talk to somebody.
Yeah.
So it doesn't necessarily need to be a therapist where you need to pay for them, whether it's your best friend or somebody outside the home that someone's willing to listen, because this whole seasonal depression is a real thing, and we need to make sure that we are there for each other.
Yes.
Because it's a struggle that we all deal with, and we all deal with it differently. I mean, your
Definitely.
stress is not my stress is not your stress, and it just all depends on who we are as people. But as long as we come together during the holiday season, talk to each other,
Yeah.
build each other.
Check on your people.
Check
Yes.
on your people. What we've always stressed on this show.
And we are people that like to talk. We like to talk stories. I mean, that's how we actually passed on our history, right? Is
Storytellers.
through storytelling, yes. And so, I mean, find a peer support group, or just find a group of friends that once a month you go out and you just talk about what's going on in your life.
Or come to One Love Coffee.
Yeah, exactly. Come and have a
from 9
bowl
p.m.
over
to
here.
12 a.m. and you can talk to the fellas, get it
And
all out. But
I
that's
will
a
tell
way
you, I
of
will tell
expressing
you,
yourself.
having that conversation around the bowl, oh man, it's amazing. It's
Whatever bowl it
amazing.
is.
Okay.
Yeah, no judgment.
No judgment.
It's a safe,
No
it's a safe
judgment.
space.
Yes,
here.
exactly. Yeah, and we also have our men's group, Kava Talks. So they are still
That's
meeting
great,
virtually.
too.
We're trying to work that out to figure out if we can go in person. So that's actually how PacifikaChptr started, was because of Kava Talks. And
And that was through Susie's husband.
Simi,
right? Simi.
yeah. So violence prevention. It was really having those conversations with men about the trauma they went through. Because the men that are causing domestic violence, they're not doing it just because they want to power out somebody, and they may be, but it's because of
But
the
the
trauma they
majority
went through,
speaking.
right?
Right.
Right. It's that mentality. Trauma is what is the root cause of so many things in our lives, but we're not talking about it. And so the Kava Talks, the men's group, that's their goal. They have conversations. And we actually have men that join globally from the islands. We even have a couple guys in London. You know, a lot of them are islanders, but that's the goal, is how do we connect? One thing that I want people to realize is we are a strong people. We are a people that are really about being together, coming together, right? And we need to find that strength that when we come together, we can come together without judgment.
Right.
We can come together and really uplift each other, because there's enough in this world that we can all eat.
Right.
And, I mean, if you look at our islands, our little islands, like Tonga.
And we all know everybody eating good.
Right.
Okay. So
I mean,
there's
look at
enough
us.
for everybody.
We big and beautiful.
Big and beautiful. We
Yes.
love it.
Yes. But I mean, like in Tonga, they don't have much, but they're happy.
Right.
Everybody,
The simple things.
everybody eats. Everybody gets a piece of whatever it is, and that's the mentality we need to bring into the space of like being able to express
Right.
ourselves.
And like you were saying earlier, I feel like us as Polynesian people, we are so easily coming together because we are loyal to each other.
Yes.
We have that one love, you know what I mean?
Right.
And our friends are our family.
Exactly.
Everybody outside of that is we keep at arm's length, or
Yes.
associate, hello, goodbye.
Right.
You know, so, but now it's time like when because once we say, hey, I'm going to hold this together for this event, everybody shows up, whatever we all do
Yep.
together. But what do we do together as a whole when we get together?
Right.
You know what I mean? How we do. And I feel like with groups like yours, is you guys are the stepping stone of what we need to do, because you
Yeah.
guys provide a service for, like you're saying, people all around the world.
Yeah. And it's vulnerability. You have to be able to allow people to come as they are and really share what they want to share.
Right.
Like if you come to group, we're not going to force you to say anything.
Right.
We just want you to be here. Right. And sometimes that's all you need, is just to hear somebody else's life or perspective, and it helps you, because then you walk away and you're like, wow, I'm going through some things, but so is that person. You know, and I think it's just
And it
just
doesn't
that.
stop.
Yeah, it's just the communication, and I mean, we've had an increase in suicide in our Pacific Islander communities. You know, my sister lost her daughter it was 2017. Wow. So it's been about 8 years, and it was to suicide, and she was 11 years old.
Wow.
And mentally, we didn't know what was going on with her. It was crazy too, because her and my daughter are the same exact age. They grew up, they were our twins. And they were in the elementary schools talking about like, hey, we need to stop bullies. We need to all talk and come together and this and that. And then this happened, right? And we don't know what exactly was going through her mind. But that's the thing, is that we as a community need to be more understanding in hearing what's being said from our children, our parents, our aunties, our uncles.
And being aware of your surroundings.
Yes.
You know, like being
Yeah.
aware of what your kids are doing.
Right.
Because nowadays, because it's easy for us just to pull back
Yeah.
and not talk about it. Like you were
Yeah.
saying.
Well, and my kids, it's crazy. So I'm a new grandma. My grandson, he's named after my dad, Baby Hamono. He'll be 10 months next week, sorry. And my kids, they laugh because, you know, he falls and he bumps his head and cries. I'm like, you're okay, rub his head. And my daughter's like, oh my gosh, pick him up. I'm like, you are being too sensitive. I need him to be a little bit tough, okay? And so it's that hard love that runs in our veins. But at the same time, that hard love also needs to be able to listen.
Right.
You know, listen with an open heart, no judgment. And so I think that's a big piece of the mental health that our community really needs to talk about. And like today, I'm sharing my story of like my cancer experience, but also, I mean, my first husband died of cancer. And so I went through being his full-time caregiver, and mentally I was all over the place. And when he passed, oh yeah, I was out in the streets. I was like, okay, you know what? I lived through it. I'm going to go do this and that.
Now it's me time.
Right.
At the moment.
But I luckily had my Sugar House sisters that was able to be a space where I could go and just talk.
Yeah.
And they
Shout out
kept
to
me
the Sugar House girls.
they kept
We
me
love
level-minded, grounded, everything. I mean, I'm so grateful to so many people in the community. Like Malialole, that's my family. I was also part of their dance group. You know, they do so much in the
I totally
community.
forgot about that group. That is
Yeah.
crazy, yeah.
And they, I mean, we did a lot of things in the community that just lifted me up. And so that's the thing, is there's so many people in our community that we can connect to.
Right,
We just
and we
need to
can all
know.
eat.
We need to know that it's there, right? Don't worry about judgment. You're going to find the right connection, and reach out to me, because I will connect you to who you need to be connected to if you need it. So.
And it's just all about being open. You know,
Yes.
taking the first step is being open and know that you are not being judged. They are there for a reason.
Right.
You know, so it's been so amazing having you on the show, and there's so many things and that you can discuss, that we can talk about.
Oh, yeah.
But again, guys, check out PacifikaChptr. Go to their social media, or you can go to Everyday People, the Utah Pacifika Chapter. Get all the details that you need for PacifikaChptr or any of the events. Again, do you guys have any last motivational, something inspirational for the holiday season for anybody out there that's watching?
I would say, you know, there's a lot of different events that are happening for donating and giving to our unsheltered, our underserved, our less fortunate. Also remember to give your time. So sometimes it's not about the gift. It's about the actual presence of you being there, not the presence under the tree.
Amen.
But yeah, I think that presence matters way more.
Okay, I mean, okay, your turn, follow that. Your turn, Crystal, go ahead. She's like ditto what she said.
I think it's important for us to also live in the moment. Enjoy what is around you, and not what you don't have, but what you have, and be grateful for that. And tell those around you that you love them, because you never know.
I mean, ain't that the truth? I mean, the holidays is, you know, something special that we all are supposed to be with our friends, family, and loved ones, or your chosen family. And I believe, like, with all these resources or these groups that we have, chosen family is a huge thing. You know, so I think what we've learned here today is, you know, just be open to talk to someone else, whether it's a therapist or your best friend. Reach out to PacifikaChptr, to Everyday People, or to Crystal, the planter. We are more than willing to be here to be your shoulder to cry on, or just somebody that you need to talk to, because all it does is to take that first step.
Exactly.
You know, we're here for you. We love you guys. We're so grateful to have you guys on the show. Make sure that you guys are checking out our Everyday People page for all of the events that are coming up. PacifikaChptr Breaking Bread on Friday. Lulu's event for the mammogram today, the planter tonight. Check out their social media. We love you guys here at Everyday People. Be sure to come check out One Love Kava here at One Love Coffee in West Jordan on 7136 South Redwood Road, where you can get your $20 all you can drink on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday from 9 p.m. to midnight. All right, guys, we love you. Happy holidays, and we will see you guys at the beginning of the new year with a new studio, a new look, a new crowd, crew, and events to bring to you guys. All right, guys, peace out. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah. We love you.
Yes, love
Bye,
you.
happy holidays.
I'll sing a song, free to tag along. Ooh, the mood is perfect, like it's supposed to be. So have no fear, Christmas spirit here. Wanna dress up, go out and celebrate this year. For this Christmas,
celebrating love. There's never anything wrong with people getting along. It doesn't matter what the color. I'll sing a song. Friends will take along. Oh, the mood is perfect like it's supposed to be. So have no fear. Christmas spirit is here. I'm gonna dress up, go out and celebrate this year. For this Christmas. Oh yeah.
I'll be grooving this Christmas. I'll be stepping with you. I'ma be stepping, baby.
Come, they told me, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum. A newborn king to see, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum. Our finest gifts we bring, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum. To lay before the king, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum, rum-pum-pum-pum, rum-pum-pum-pum. Little baby, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum.
Can it be?
I am a poor boy too, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum. I have no gift to bring, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum. That's fit to give our king, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum, rum-pum-pum-pum, rum-pum-pum-pum. Shall I play for you, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum, on my drum? Mary nodded, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum. The ox and lamb kept time, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum. I played my drum for him, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum. I played my best for him, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum, rum-pum-pum-pum, rum-pum-pum-pum. Then he smiled at me, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum. Me and my drum. Me and my drum. Me and my drum.
Hey guys, Lynn got
Because I really want people to understand. You should be knowing about